teeth nomenclature, the eruption sequence and time, the common dental terminologies that we come across, and parts of the tooth and its supporting structures. So let's start off with types of dentition. In an individual's lifetime, human dentition, you have 52 set of teeth which are embedded into your jaw bones, which include your maxilla and your mandible. So there are two sets of teeth. We have your primary sets of teeth and you have your permanent set of teeth. The primary set of teeth are also called as your milk teeth, while your permanent teeth are also called as your secondary teeth. Let's go a little more in depth, try to understand the difference between the primary and permanent teeth in terms of the number, the types of teeth that are present in each of the dentition. So if you see, the primary teeth are only 20 in number, while the permanent teeth are 32 in number. So here we have your incisors, you have your canines, and your molars in primary set of dentition. So the incisors and canines constitute your anterior teeth, while your molars constitute your posterior teeth because they're present behind, and anterior teeth because they're present in the front. Similarly, for your permanent teeth, we have 32 teeth in permanent dentition. Your incisors and canines contribute to your anterior teeth, and your premolars and molars contribute to your posterior set of teeth. So if you see the oral cavity, you can divide the oral cavity into 4 quadrants. So you have your left and the right, upper and the lower. So upper jaw is called as the maxillary arch and the lower jaw is called as the mandibular arch. So we can name the quadrants if you look at the nomenclature, which we'll be discussing a little later, but this is how the appearance would look. You have your maxillary arch and you have your mandibular arch. So this, what I've drawn here, is showing the primary dentition, wherein you have 5 teeth in each of the quadrant. If it is for the permanent teeth, you have 8 teeth in every quadrant. Moving to the teeth nomenclature. So the commonly used nomenclature is the FDI system of nomenclature, which is Federation Dentaire International. It's a 2-digit system wherein you have the first digit, which is the quadrant number, and you have the second digit, which comprises of your tooth number. So let's see the FDI notation for the primary teeth. So as I told, we can divide the mouth into 4 quadrants. So you have your right, left, left and right. So this is your maxilla and this is your mandible. So you start numbering the quadrant. The right maxillary quadrant for primary teeth is numbered as 5. For the left maxillary, you number it as 6. The lower mandibular, you number it as 7. And the lower right, you number it as 8. So the teeth numbers here are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Similarly for the lower arch. So now what is the FDI notation for primary teeth? So if I have to say right maxillary central incisor, I'm going to number it as 5, 1. So 5 is the quadrant, which is the right maxillary quadrant, and 1 is the central incisor. So if you denote the right maxillary arch teeth, 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4 and 5, 5. Similarly here, it will be 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4 and 6, 5. Similarly, you have for the lower left mandibular, so which will be 8, 1, 8, 2, 8, 3, 8, 4 and 8, 5. Let's see the nomenclature for permanent teeth, the FDI nomenclature. So similar to the primary teeth, we divide the oral cavity into 4 quadrants. You have your right, left, left and right. Okay, so this will be your maxillary arch and this is your mandibular arch. So now here, quadrant 1 is the right maxillary. Quadrant 2 will be your left maxillary. Quadrant 3 will be your left mandibular. Quadrant 4 is your right mandibular. So now if you start numbering, so 1 is your central incisor, 2 is your lateral incisor, 3 is your canine, 4 is your first premolar, 5 is your second premolar, 6 is your first molar, 7 is your second molar, and 8 is your third molar. For example, if you have to say 1/4, which means to say 1 is your first quadrant, that is your maxillary right quadrant, and 4 is your first premolar, that is the tooth number. Another example, let's take 4/8. When you say 4/8, 4 will be your mandibular right quadrant and 8 will be your third molar. So it is mandibular right, third molar.